if the answer is, I don't know, that's the perfect answer. The goal is not to be a big shot. The goal is to be happy.
You have told me, Francis, that the practical way to happiness is to ask yourself the most existential question in each moment: what should I do now? Would you say that that's the experimental approach to the inquiry that we're discussing right now?
I think what should I do now? It's not the most important question to answer. It's not the most urgent. The most urgent is, what do I believe to be? Because depending on the answer I give to this question, there are going to be differences in the answer to the question, what should I do now? So the question is not to be or not to be, but the question is to be limited or not to be limited. So that's a little small add-on to Shakespeare. To be limited or not to be limited. You know, that's a question. And if the answer is I'm limited, then it's business as usual and it's misery as usual. If the answer is I don't know, that's a perfect answer. Because then most of the time, and that takes me to what to do now, right? Most of the time, what I've been doing was the natural follow-up to the question, to the belief to be limited. Now that I don't know whether I am limited or not, a new option is open to act, whatever I need to do, whatever I'm doing, to act if I wasn't this body-dependent person, aka awareness, this body-dependent awareness. Because what we call a person is awareness, really. It's what we know to be. So, a body-dependent awareness. Persona means that which speaks through the mask. You know, the actors in antique tragedies, they were wearing masks. So the persona is not the mask, is that which speaks through the mask. So our persona, in a sense, this body is the mask. That which speaks is the spirit, is the true self, you know? So that the true person is the awareness. That's the awareness. So fundamental question is to be or not to be limited or separate as awareness. Once we have answered this question, then just what to do, in most cases now, try to do the impersonal thing. Impersonal means unlimited, the unlimited option. Because we have done so much in our life based on the limited consciousness hypothesis, and it does not help us much, that we need to change a little bit. And that being said, you know, use intelligence, use love, use in your decision. Follow what life is telling you to, is suggesting for you to do. Sometimes we shouldn't be too stubborn and
You say that if the question even comes up, like, I'd like to do the impersonal thing right now. I'm not feeling completely at ease. There must be some unhappiness here. There must be a sense of separation.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You tell your sense of being personal, screw you for a while, you know, so you do the impersonal thing and you conduct the experiment all the same, you see? It requires sometimes a form of courage to overcome your fears or your...
So even having the desire to do the impersonal thing already suggests that you're coming out of the trance. Even just wishing to do your best could be perfect in that moment.
Yeah. You see, I was raised by parents. They wanted me to be, I don't know, minister at least, but I don't think they would have been happy with that. I should have been president of France. And so in a kind of a culture where if you're not, highly a celebrity, etc., with a lot of power, you are nothing, you are nobody. And I was raised like that. That was all over. And so that someone who would be, let's say, running a restaurant by the beach, you know, or teaching sports somewhere, or that they would be losers, you see. But in fact, the losers are often the ones who work like crazy, are full of diplomas, have these big houses in Beverly Hills with this big swimming pool that the maid is using during the day because they are working at the law offices downtown, you see. You see, so you have to be careful. Yeah, the maid is by the martini, you know. Having a little bit of entertainment when the pool guy comes. So, you know, happiness is not predicated upon being a big shot. I mean, who wants to be like Trump, you know, or Biden for that matter, you know.
You're saying there's a party going on at your house and you're not invited? And they're drinking your booze?
Yeah, they're drinking your booze, they're using your swimming pool, they're perhaps using your bed with a pool guy. Who knows, you know? And all you do is foot the bills at the end of pay the mortgage. So this notion of having a career is kind of predicated upon this person, you know, who wants to be. You need to be a big shot or you're nothing. I mean, come on. The goal is not to be a big shot. The goal is to be happy. You know, so you may be happy being a big shot. You see, if that's your destiny, you see, if that's what life wants from you, fine, yes. If that's what you enjoy doing, you know. Are we through?